Marie Curie, the woman who lit up the world. Once upon a time, not in a fairy tale, but in the real world filled with hardship, there was a little girl named Maria Sklodowska, born in 1867 in Poland, a country that was under foreign control. From a young age, Maria stood out. While other kids played outside, she was fascinated by books, learning, and the mysteries of the universe. But in those days, girls weren't encouraged to study, especially not in Poland, where the ruling powers restricted access to education. But Maria refused to give up. Each night, while the city slept, she attended something called the Flying University, a secret underground school where young minds gathered to learn in defiance of the rules. By the flicker of candlelight, Maria and her fellow students studied in silence, full of determination and hope. At the age of 24, Maria left her home and traveled alone to the city of Paris, the place where she believed she could finally pursue her dream of becoming a scientist. Life there was harsh. She lived in a freezing attic, barely had enough to eat, and often went hungry. But she never complained. She studied day and night, and soon, she became the top student in her physics and math classes at the University of Paris, known as the Sorbonne. There, she met a quiet, brilliant man named Marie Curie, someone who, like her, believed in the power of science. They fell in love, not through sweet words or grand gestures, but through their shared passion for discovery. They married and became true partners in life, and in the lab. Together, Marie and Pierre began a long, difficult journey, to study a mysterious force called radioactivity. In a cold, run-down laboratory, they crushed tons of ore and sifted through it piece by piece, until finally, they discovered two brand new elements, polonium, named after Marie's beloved homeland, and radium, a substance that glowed in the dark. Their discoveries rocked the world of science. In 1903, Marie Curie became the first woman in history to win a Nobel Prize, sharing the Nobel in physics with Pierre. But just a few years later, tragedy struck. Pierre died in a tragic accident, leaving Marie alone with their two young daughters and a heart full of grief. But she didn't fall apart. She kept going, continued their work, and in 1911, Marie was awarded a second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, becoming the only person in history to win two Nobel Prizes in two different scientific fields. Beyond her groundbreaking research, Marie also worked to help others. During World War I, she developed mobile X-ray units that could be taken to the battlefield, helping save thousands of soldiers' lives. Her research also laid the foundation for cancer treatments using radiation. Sadly, years of exposure to radioactive materials, without the safety measures we now have, took a toll on her body. In 1934, Marie Curie passed away from a radiation-related illness. She died quietly, with no wealth or glory, only a legacy that would shine forever. Marie Curie changed the world, not with weapons, not with power, but with her courage, her brilliance, and a heart that refused to be afraid of the unknown. She once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less." To this day, millions of girls around the world, when they pick up a science book or step into a lab for the first time, are following in the footsteps of a small, determined woman who brought light out of darkness. Her name was Marie Curie.